Greetings and salutations! Welcome to my channel. I am Kyron Rossmore, and I forgot to turn on my light. Let there be light. It is I am tired. I had a nap, which might have been a bad idea. I do have with me Crit Commissions.
Yo.
And welcome to my stream where I play some Final Fantasy 14. I want to say 14. I hope I'm right. With Crit Commissions. How long until Endwalker?
2 weeks.
Is it now 2 weeks?
2 weeks on Friday.
So it would have been this Friday if it hadn't been delayed then.
Yeah.
Sound the alarm. The potatoes are amassing in revolution. Yes. You say that like it's a bad thing. Greetings, Saber. How goes it? So, can you remember where we were up to?
Yes, can you remember what we were up to?
See, I remember where we quit out the previous time, where it was in front of that table and there was the two NPCs who were going to give us quests. We did those quests. Then Big Bad showed up and kicked our asses. Did we quit just after?
We did.
There we go. I remember stuff. I'm running completely the wrong program. There we go. Hopefully
We got our butts handed to us by Xenos.
Xenos. Dominos. Hey, I do remember passwords. And this needs to go all the way down. Because I am going to go into Stream Manager. There we go. I click the play button. Right. So how's your day been? How's everybody's day been?
I'm very tired.
Yeah, there we go.
Saber had 6 hours of sleep and their back and shoulders are aching.
This is why I usually send out this as there we go. Xenos yay Gavus. Galvus. Legatus of the 12th Legion. I always think that it looks weird when they write out the 12th Legion in Roman numerals. Like the XIV Legion. Is how I want to read it.
Because you're a common muck.
I can read Roman numerals, I just don't think that it looks right.
You just choose not to.
Look, don't have a pop at me. They're the peasants who decided Roman numerals were the way to go. Ah, Raban, you're late. You did well, Rue. You saved lives no matter what happens. Remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. See to the wounded, Rue. If they live, help them. If not, move on.
You really should tidy up. This place is a mess.
Yeah. How am I supposed to find the wounded when everybody's... There's such a mess? Minfrid lies motionless, having breathed his last, clenched in his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. He was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. That charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Conrad. Is that it?
Yep.
Well, we helped the woman wounded by looking at one body and then just like, that's good enough.
He was the one named NPC. That's all we have to worry about.
Very compassionate of us. Oh, I'm still in the talking screen apparently. There we go. How's that? Didn't miss much. I ran around this place a little bit. Greetings, comrade. Conrad. Monego, Manfred, where are you? This is... He's dead, isn't he? Manfred was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 miles so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men to Inquiry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive. Not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, you can do but our best, as he did. Mefrid will be sorely missed, aye, but because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not. And they need us, now more than ever. Aye, they do, that they do. Forgive me. I had high hopes for him, is all. Hey, Micah. Hey, Lord of Irony. Hey, Lord of Misrule. How goes it? Where am I? What am I doing? Ah, Pippin. Our defeat was no near thing. It was a humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy assault. We cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphino said, it is those who survived whom we must now think of now. Algar's reach is no longer safe. The Imperials have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castrum Morans will need to be taken by Chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey.
You heard him, braid the opioids. Let's go!
Hi! Yeah! Give me all you got. This is the muggin.
Forgive me, but it is impressive that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire... it is imperative, not impressive. Oh my god, you're tooting your own horn. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere.
You'll tune in for another episode of watching Chiron flail at reading. And friends.
I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take what you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Give me the good stuff.
We need this more than you. So, Marshal Torpin said you might have something for me. "12 be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders."
Jill and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by her side the entire time.
Thank you, Krill.
I'll walk alongside. They need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of these carriages?
I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrade's health allows. To Castrum Orions. Having only just tuned in, are you doing some kind of illicit drug runs here? No, so the end of the previous session, this place had been attacked, and we got our asses handed to us. We are sending our wounded back to a sort of like general HQ, and for the journey we packed them full of medication so that they maybe survive, or at least are high enough to enjoy the ride. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. In this state, we'll not be mounting an assault on Castralium, Veladina, or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects, but first we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you at Castrum Orions. Understood. We will go and speak with General Aldin. You still there?
Yeah, food's just arrived, so I'm just starting it.
Alright. Pack them full of medications. The cards or the people on them? Little of column A, little of column B. You know, I kind of lost my way with Final Fantasy after number 9. I loved all the others, but then I lost contact with the game. Which is fair enough. I mean, I'm not exactly the world's biggest Final Fantasy fan. And that is the understatement of the stream. This is pretty much the only one that I've played and actually kind of enjoyed. A lot of the others, for me, there's too much of this repetitiveness in the narrative and long-winded narrative. So
Yeah, I don't. I know the story of the other ones, just but that's just because my partner played it. But FF14 is the only one I ever actually enjoyed.
Bimmin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We'll have completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as I can tell, Xenos and his men returned straight away to Specula Imperatoris after quitting this place. It would seem he lost interest in us. Which would bring us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away. But Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motives, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Orions. We can discuss our path forward there. Speak with Lissay at Castrum Orions. Are we walking, or are we just gonna bop now?
We're teleporting.
Oh, I got it. You know, one of the things I am tempted to do now that they've started remastering or rejigging a lot of the older ones is to like pick them up and give them a try and see what they're like, but to a certain degree I'm not entirely sure how much narrative some of the earlier ones actually had in there and how much some of them were just a bit of a grind fest.
Kryl is with Estrella. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryl says she's through the west.
Given the severity of her wounds, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery.
We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen when the school's commander cut down Mefrid, a single blow, and that was it. Even everything he fought for and all his hopes and dreams for the future gone in an instant. Do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't Argalian who did it. It was Nalal and Megan. God help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Oh, Lisa.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
Human skulls. The youths who fight for Xenos.
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gia Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for? Nargo? What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. God help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
Potato assassination. We'll fight. We will fight. We'll keep fighting until we win. We take the fight to Doma. I have a feeling you're about to tell us. I have a feeling you're about to tell us.
Well, to put it simply, we have one legatus overseeing two provinces a world apart. I say we divide and conquer. We kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more, thereby forcing Xenos to fight a war on two fronts.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised. And I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. And I feel we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Ken. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild. And when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there. And make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
I mean, you really do need to consider switching to guerrilla tactics rather than, you know, having a big camp with all your eggs in.
It's like, for all you have done for us, you know, gathering all my army into one place and then systematically getting them killed because of an ambush.
To be fair, that was kind of their own fault as well. They didn't come up with a better idea. It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a providential government here or anywhere else. I am quite certain the same can be said about the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls were an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important with the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free.
Belts that in 2 weeks won't be worth anything. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause to hope. My grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must find a way to reach them. Our that is not exactly over the river and through the woods.
I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Playthru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make the journey together, someone needs to remain here to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended.
Then I should obviously remain. Very well. Issue addressed. You know, Alphino, it would have been quicker to just ask and markedly less patronising.
Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arenvald and the others?
Yes, Alphino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift.
Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then, sister, Rue, Lissay, gather your things.
It's Lise, you bugger.
Lise. Gather your things. We are for Limsa Leminza. Yeah, that. We're going home.
We're going home.
Not entirely sure where my return actually takes me.
Want to find out?
I mean, it's easier if I just go to Limsa. Where are we going?
We're going to
All the way that it says speak with them.
the Drowning Wench.
The Drowning Wench.
No, I've gone the wrong way.
Oh wait, no, it's... yeah. We're as close to the Drowning Wench when we arrive at the crystal. We now have to huff it the rest of the way, don't we? Right, the lift to the Drowning Wench. Haven Canna. Playthru should be here at any moment with our ship's captain.
We're going by sea after all. Is Millward lending us our pick of this Crimson Fleet?
Not exactly. You are right in as much as we will be travelling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defences. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us only one other option. Speak of the devil.
Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Cavalaine of the Kraken's Arms? Kraken's arms! Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates!
Greetings and salutations, scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement? Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister's outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. But where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intend on securing passage to the Far East you came to us, knowing us to be proud purveyors of said region's finest spices.
Would you steal from gods-fearing merchants out on the high seas?
Whatever privateering the Kraken's arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatics. I consider risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit.
You said the P word. Well, I for one think the captain has a point. The five seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard a tragic tale of how the heir to House Durandare vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor Count remains convinced that his son still lives, and will pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts.
Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us, should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you in this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can only take you as far as Kogain in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting and capering in the Forgotten Night seem to be rather better spent, do they not? That said, I intend to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making the Captain Cavallini squirm.
That's the evil running through her veins.
I would say that we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alisei, I should be grateful if you use this time to brief Oranje on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea.
How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go speak with him. What of Vincaron Lys?
I would like you two to return to Remnant's Toll and speak with our Domian allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed?
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
To Revenant Stall, which is my home, apparently. I need to rebind that at some point. Potato friend. Where are there you are.
Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask round at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones, and I'll meet you here after.
Oh, how may? Am I? You're truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not say, do not what, let's spit that one again. I do not know what to say. Forgive me. I shall aid you in the best of my abilities. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled in the eastern coast of Ophard. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Higiri?
Yeah. Greetings. What brings you to the toll this eve? What? You are for Doma? The heavens? You signs have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we've suffered under their tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor dead, Garlemund in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banner we gathered, and we fought to reclaim our nation, but when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant.
That's not useful information. Hey, Hosen. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yugiri and Gosetsu in a fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagi clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle. Even now, it is the home of the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men and Magitech. To think that was once a shining symbol of our heritage, and the seat of dear Lord Kagan has become a den of Garlean dogs. No, you.
There you are. Learn anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians, but anyway. Did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually, or at least That's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old... Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. You can just snap your fingers out of it like, focus, Lise, focus. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should go back to Limsa Laminza. Alphino said to meet us at the ferry docks, I think. Limsa Laminza.
What's GNB?
Gunbreaker.
Ah.
You can take the Aetheryte shard to the... Oh, how did you want to go to the Arcanist Guild?
And away from the people. So many people. You are returned. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I'm eager to hear it all, though that can wait until we have left port. We will have enough time enough to talk on our journey to Kungain. And a spice trading friend.
Kugane.
Pardon?
Kugane.
Kugane. I will probably butcher that as much as I butcher Lise.
Lisa's name.
Lise. Lise. Yeah. Kugane. Assuming you've completed yours, you may inform the deckhand we are ready to depart.
Let me go!
All set, lad. I'll see you to
Board
the ship.
in the misery.
If so.
Be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Link shells! Link shells!
Urianger, tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier. which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh.
Xenos' voice actor.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
You say, but the thing is, Nero shows the Praetorium link shells can be wiretapped and hacked into. You don't know who is listening. The thing is, if it's that urgent that you need to get a message to somebody, it's like, hold, wait, stop, or come up with some kind of code phrasing, which Uru and Anjay would just love, because it's all cryptic bullshit. And
My milkshake doth bring all the gentry to the yard, and verily 'tis better than thou. Verily 'tis better than thou. I would teach thee, but I must levy a fee.
And cryptic stuff like that would just confuse the Empire, even if they were listening, and it would be slightly better than running to a dock and hoping you've not missed them. Also, that rendered in a little bit weird for me. It looked like they were underneath the water.
Under the sea.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas.
I'm onto you, Xenos.
Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
I'm sort of like, why are we being playthru? But at the same token, it's like, actually probably useful for infiltration.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
You have a bad feeling that you've summoned a Kraken simply because you called the ship the or you called your crew the Kraken's arms.
And your ship, the misery.
Uh-huh. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No. As Mensa said, despite the absence of wind and current, the misery is somehow being pulled off course.
Well, why not fire up the cerulean engines and you have hidden below?
An excellent suggestion based on knowledge that you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things are the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive? An adjective, for example? Fucking hell, Alpha, no. Seawolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the thing which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous.
Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it's probably a predatory entity of some sort, perhaps a siren of some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize the plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse, to let the current take us to where it will and deal with whatever we find there.
What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you, girl.
I assure you the feeling is not mutual. Once we arrive at our destination, be it a vessel or an island or something else, Lisa and I will remain with the ship to defend it in case of attack. Minkara, I believe you would be ideal choice to venture forth and deal with the cause of our troubles. And it's settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. Get it, Rue? Rue the day.
Siren Song Sea is now accessible. Hey, dungeon?
Even.
Dungeon! Oh wait, you're the leader. You deal with the paperwork. Commence! Because we instant pop.
Insta-pop.
Pretty tough class they've got here. Oop.
I mean, I'd like to see a Rogarden jump on that, but yeah. Tempered glass. Welcome to the Siren Song Sea.
Every time that we go into a dungeon apps, I like, what do I do again?
You summon the fairy.
I summon the fairy, that's a thing that I do.
Fairy summoned?
Yep.
Alright, let's go.
I quick cast that stuff just because, you know.
We have with us a summoner and a ninja. Not a ninja. It's a monk, right? There's a monk.
Yep, who's just stood there not doing much right now.
Oh, the monk's fighting something one-on-one.
They weren't a moment ago. Oh, we are still moving.
Yeah.
I honestly thought they'd cheesed it by basically having us come dead still. Ireland dead ahead, all hands brace for impact. It appears we have arrived at our destination. Rue, if you go, care and go greet our hosts.
Are you ready?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean now. Jesus Christ, she got mullered. Helps if I have you targeted after all. I swear I'd be dangerous if I was competent.
Watch out. I can't invul again, please.
I'm working on it, I'm working on it. The peachy. Wait, where's its face?
Have a good look at it.
Yeah, there's two heads. There's one in the middle of the body and the one at the top of the body.
Yeah, just pick one and then hit it. Preferably in whichever face you deem is worthy.
Ah, shoot. No.
That poor summoner. Oh, wrong one. Ring of healing.
Hmm. Geronimo! Tiny little birds are tough.
Pardon?
These tiny little birds are tough.
Yeah. It is quite a tough dungeon early on. Whee! Follow closely now, children.
Not entirely what you just said.
Follow closely now, children.
Alright, we'll just don't aggro too much.
May I recommend your weird sacred soily thing? Or sucker, or whatever it's called. The big dome. Thank you.
Forget to use that a lot of the time because it's a bit of a pain in the arse to set up.
It's really good when we pull big mobs.
Hmm.
Alright everybody, on to the ghost ship.
Everything that's coming out is healing. And I miss a fucking walkway. Crap. The Skinless Skipper. What a fun name for Skelly Bob.
Yep.
Ah, the governor. That doesn't look happy. It's another not happy thing. I'm just going to avoid standing next to somebody with the rune above their head that seems to be glowing ominously.
Mm-hmm. Good shout.
Ah. I just got the burr music.
Oh, you got the loot.
There we go. I'm so like, why did I get that music? Didn't think it was time to level up. I got the wrong button. Oh, I was supposed to sucker you. There we go. I wasn't paying attention. It also looks like the monk wasn't paying attention.
Easy.
Seriously, just about every piece of loot has been of healing in this place.
If it's an improvement for you, it's a good thing.
Hmm. The thing is, though, you know, some of it won't have the glamour on, so it'll make me look weird. We're in the middle of the ocean. I can't exactly glamour out here, can I?
I'm apologising ahead of time. I don't have any of my tank cooldowns ready at the moment.
Does that mean that you're going to get beaten up a lot?
It just means I'm going to take more damage, yeah.
That's not a problem. I don't mind you taking shitloads of damage because I can just sit here and just pour in the cures. It's when you're not taking damage for quite a while that I'm sort of like, oh, now I can do some DPS, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, you're dying. For no apparent reason or warning. You know, so when you're so like, oh, I can't tank it, I'm going to be taking lots of damage, it's alright, I'll just sit here and, you know, pour in the healing.
Put Sucker down. Or Sacred Soil, rather. Nice.
It's raining.
Boring.
The old man is snoring.
Yeah, Saber's got the right of it. Healer's a big balancing act.
No, I get that. It's just one of them where it's like, it's not knowing the visual cues for when you're going to be taking next to no damage for 5 seconds or 20 seconds or however long it lasts, and knowing that that's a time that I can take to heal everybody else, make sure everything's buffs, or get ready for a Sacred Soil because you've got fuck all else left to defend with.
It's usually mob size, and then stuff like this where it's like a big like mini boss. I don't think that was the one I was meant to stun. No, it wasn't. Oh well. This was the one I was meant to stun. No. Oh, I do have interject, it's just not on my hotbar. Thank you.
Well, that's not at all terrifying.
New boss theme, new boss music.
Ramble, ramble, ramble. I was.
Orbit advance. Orbit advance again.
Thank you. I figured that one out. And when you say that, I point myself away from the circles.
Morbid retreat.
That does not look like a happy time.
Retreat.
Ah!
Nah.
They like me. They really like me. Or I assume that's why they keep putting them AoEs around me.
You're the favorite.
Are you not close enough to my pixie? Oh no, you are.
Morbid advance.
See? Again, straight on me. Give me a rest.
Never. Be.
So none of the equipment of healing in that place was any use whatsoever.
Mm.
Thank the 12. Everything here would appear to be in order. Good. Repairs should be completed by the time we return to Gizri. Upon we shall resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
You just need to have people executed, Alpha now. That'll stop the ghost stories. Sure, we want to be on the other continent.
Yes.
Why didn't they just drop us somewhere on land on the other continent?
The smell of the salt and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugani. The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othgar, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Tempted to go make you to make you suffer now.
What? Why?
We'll speak to Carvalane first.
Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi, regrettably the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologise for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Here, have some pants. Or shoes. I'm not entirely sure what I just got gifted.
I think they were trousers.
They were useless, that's what they were. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you that we are all far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Tataru, go gather our fortune.
Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure the passage there.
Tataru, do that as well. Captain Cavallini, I realize you pledged only to take as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othenard, or were you in our position? At the risk of stating the obvious, you're in a port. Surely there is some kind of surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveller seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that Yugiri and Gotsetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othgard, assuming they're not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, perhaps we should first seek our friends.
Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvalane, could you direct us to the nearest tavern?
Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in the large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokeze Hall 3 is the ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect, or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must be away. As was ever a fast-moving business.
A spice trade, you mean?
But of course, surely you did not think I travelled halfway around the world and delivered you to the destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the fort, Captain. You and the Navigator watch over and keep you. Right then, to the holster.
After you.
After you then proceeds to walk in front of them.
Namazu.
Namazu?
Yeah, the weird little catfish.
I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Find some alleyway and shank some people.
1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugani and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugani. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
He tried to have us killed, literally.
I beg your pardon. If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. It would be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
I say we murder him. Clean and effective. I'm sorry, your boss really did literally try to have us killed. And you must be Rue, slayer of gods, rider of dragons, savior of Isgard, stealer of pants, if some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. Stealer of pants? I don't remember stealing pants, but I probably did. I knew it. May I say what an honor and pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, good sir. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. No, we're not. I want you fired out of the cannon. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way, if you will be so good as to follow me. Seriously, can we not murder this guy?
No, but you can follow me.
I'm following you.
Breaker of wills, destroyer of spirits, I present to you Kogane Tower.
Oh wow, you gotta go all the way back down to the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh no. If you go around the green shingled roof, you can get back in.
You want to aim for the sunlight on the beam for that one.
I'm just full on yeeting myself over it.
I just fell right to the bottom. I believe in you.
I mean, I don't. I cannot get him to do a tiny jump forward. There we go. Nope, all the way down.
You going for it again?
I mean, isn't that why we're here?
Well, no, we're technically here to go see Hancock, but...
Shit.
CDs on my desk. Oh, that's unfortunate.
You mean failing at the first jump and hitting the dirt?
Yeah.
Do I get an achievement or something if I reach the top?
You will do, yeah.
What happens if I go this way around? I can't jump up that bit. Oh, Jesus.
Hey, first half done.
Half? I didn't see which way I'm supposed to jump.
Yeah, that's it. You'd actually just heal me.
No, the
Oh, no, it's your fairy. Yeah.
I keep clipping on the fucking side. Look, tall folk, you really need to get out of my way. I can't see squat with your legs. Oh, really? Jesus.
No, no. Please, no. Still gonna drop down and go all the way around.
Keep getting stuck on the side of the fucking building. Boulder dash.
Oh no.
Go on, yeet yourself off the side of the building already. Nope. Really?
You aim for the corner of the one you're trying to jump to. Laughs in suffering.
Pardon?
I said a laughs in suffering.
I take it you're still high up in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
I keep fucking up the basic jumps. Alright, now what? Nope. Fuck did I end up? Assassin's Creed Potato Edition suffer. You don't have a flying mount, or is that considered cheating? You can't use flying mounts in cities for the most part. Also, I don't know if I can fly in this area. There's usually some stuff that you need to do to open up flying in newish areas. Well, it wouldn't be so bad if we could fly but not land. I could fly high above and just fucking airdrop in. Fudge. And I thought the old Tomb Raider had janky camera and platform combination. About the only thing I'll say about Tomb Raider is that it was designed to be a platformer. Whereas this was designed to be an MMO, and they just so happened to figure out that they can do platform jumps in it. And some people enjoy that. Now where? Oh, across it, of course. Can't see squat all because camera clips through absolutely in everything. Really? No. Take it you're not part of that some people... not really. And so you're doing this just to be finally taller than others. I mean, the thing is, there's other people that I've seen trying to do this, and they are also trying to reach the top, and all that would do is basically mean that there's a short person stood next to a really tall person at the top of a tower. Fudge. It's not really going to make me taller than anybody. No. Ooh. Well, shit. Really? You're not gonna let me? There we go. Bye. God damn it. Oh, too far. Why attempting the tower, climb the tower the hard way? Stairs to mainstream? There is no stairs. Although it does make you, does kind of make you wonder how is a tower so tall if there is no stairs on the inside? You know, it's like, what is the purpose of that if there's no way of getting up inside of a tower? Unless they really do expect people to be sort of like, oh yes, go to the top of the tower and stand looking. Oh, gotta go around the outside. Butch. Barely see the corners half the time because of the janky camera. And this incredibly tall person with a fire elemental floating around. I suppose I should potentially dismiss my pixie if I want to complain about that stuff. Must be fun when the wind picks up, jump, gust of wind. I believe I can fly. I don't care what the tall person is, a little elemental is getting in my way. See, like this jump here, I can not see what I'm doing. I just gotta believe. Whee! All the way down. I think Vinkara also missed a jump.
Didn't realize I was muted. No, I got the jump. But I overshot the jump by a lot.
Know that feeling? Yeah, you've been muted for a while now, by the way.
I didn't realize.
Or I assume you've been muted. You've either been very quiet or very muted.
Muted, I've been talking to myself.
Fair enough. Whee!
We ended up dragging another member of our FC onto the tower.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Anyone I know?
No.
Whee! Think I saw you on the way down.
I mean, I don't... If you saw me right down below, you probably did.
When you say right down below?
Yeah, I'm at the very bottom of the tower.
Oh, why?
The jump that you keep failing at, you need to sprint to get onto it. I sprinted, I got onto it, and didn't stop moving forward.
Wait, so there's this jump that I keep screwing up, and I screw up because I don't sprint.
Yes.
Right.
Worst thing is because it's night and because of the darkness settings on my on my game, I can't see the platforms at the moment.
I take it the member of our FC has never completed this either.
I don't know.
Shit. That one hurt. I think I've gone down further than I normally do. I only say this because I took 22,000 points of damage.
Oh, you have a machinist, don't you?
Do I?
Oh, you did.
I mean, I've got a lot of classes. Or jobs, or whatever they're called in this. You should really talk to a mender to repair your gear. Why? My gear's fine.
Oh, you did fall further than you normally do.
I did. I'm back up now. Although so did frame, so haha.
The minion that you've got out.
Hmm?
I was just gonna say it's a minion.
I mean, not that that helped, I just totally screwed it up. Scheiße. Oh, it's all the way back down again. You can't die from falling, can you?
No. Not unless there's an enemy at the bottom and you just so happen to get hit by it. But we're in a town, so.
Yeah, that's not really dying from falling. That's dying from somebody hitting you after falling. Whee. My hand is cramping up.
You're getting too old for this level of intense gameplay.
I have never been young enough for this level of intense gameplay. I always grip controllers far too tight. Have done since I was a kid. Oh yes, so intense.
This is the true savage tear. Yeah, then. So wait here a second. Come on, stand on the corner and go as far back, like edge back as far as you can. Without falling off, obviously. Pop sprint. And aim for the corner. And that's what I did. That's what I did the first time round.
So, welcome back to the bottom, folks. Well, at least there was enough sprint to get me up the tower.
I need the day to arrive because I can't see the next post.
Just turn the gamma up. Oh my word. First time I did this climb, it took me a good 2 hours, not in-game, real hours. Yeah, I think we've been at this for, what, an hour now?
No, we've been at it for half an hour.
Oh, okay. Crap.
Oh,
Oh?
yeah, another one, another one of the FCs turned up.
Is this anyone I know?
No, you don't know anyone.
I know like 3 people.
Yeah.
Is Bastion actually a part of our FC?
He is.
I know 4 people. Just never sure whether he's part of the FC or whether we just allow him to hang around with us.
Yeah, no, we bullied him into joining.
That's how we get a lot of our members, isn't it?
Only some. You want to jump diagonally onto that post?
I'm
watching your stream, so I'm kind of behind. I don't actually know where your whereabouts in the jumps you're up to.
No, you're fairly close behind. Your advice was sound, although it was one of them where it's like, I only just kind of remembered. Shit. Need to remember to breathe.
Yes, suffer, my pretty.
I mean, I don't get why I'm suffering.
You kind of want to jump from edge to edge, as it were. Like, yeah. Arrow.
Yellow. Nope. By that I can tell you exactly which level I've landed on simply by how much damage I've taken.
Learning.
think one of our members just bugged out.
Probably noped out.
Well, yeah. That was just a stupid one. I stepped back to get a bit of a jump and stepped off.
Can we bring the daytime back, please?
I mean, it's the middle of the night, isn't it? And it's 3 AM or Aussie time.
You can say the word and we'll crack on with the story at any time.
I mean, it's just one of them. Started, so I might as well try and finish it at least. Although my head is starting to just bug out on me. Also, lady with the big floofy dress doesn't really help. Sounds like somebody just fell hard.
Yeah, it's a female aura that's up above.
I love the way you're saying names like I know what they are.
Female dragon person.
Ah. Evenly.
Evenly, yeah. So Viera is a bunny person, which we haven't seen yet, which surprises me. Rogardans are the big chunky boys, and also Merleb's one. Yours are humans. Mikote are cat people. And Lalafell are potatoes. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh yeah, Hrothgar are big cat people.
So, Yugiri.
Yeah, you, Gary. Yeah. I missed the jump. What about her?
What is she?
She's an Ora.
So Venly.
So Venly.
Okay. Wee. Throw yourself off, lady with the dress.
Someone's just logged in up here.
Pardon?
Someone's like on the step I'm on. Someone has literally just logged in. And there they went.
So what's the difference between Mithra and Mohita? Mohite. Mithra were FF11.
Yeah.
But there's more to it than that, so I'll explain it in detail in a DM. Well, here's daytime again for you.
Yep. So I made it.
You made it to the top.
No, if you look up.
Yeah, I see roughly where you are. Is that not the top?
No.
Oh. Is this the one that I'm supposed to sprint
Yep,
on?
so... Yep, zoom in. You want to step back so you're just on the on the tip of its corner. Like so, tap. Yeah. All right. Now look at the platform you're gonna jump to. You're aiming at its corner, but you need to pop sprint and then go for it.
Now do I wait until sprint wears off, or do I go for the next one?
You can go for the next one. Again, it's a corner to corner thing.
Oh. That was gravity.
But you did it!
I made one more step up.
Yeah, no, potatoes have springs for legs, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's always one of them awkward things in MMOs where it comes to races of differing height. Because every race has to be able to make the highest jump required. Or every race has to be able to make the same distance for, you know, moving forwards and backwards. Everybody has to move at roughly the same speed. I mean, there's usually some things that'll modify that, but their base speeds will always be identical. So it doesn't matter if you're a giant or a tiny person, you are going to be moving at the same speed as the rest of your party. Fudge. And because of that, you know, the potatoes, when they're jumping, they have to be able to jump just as high as everybody else, which kind of looks funny at times. And when they're running, they really have to put effort into it. Or when they're walking, they really have to put effort into it, so when they're running, they really do look weird. Or a little bit weird. The thing is also one of the things, because you're the smaller of the races, you tend to be paying a little bit more attention to where you're going. Until you can actually cut corners a little bit easier. You know, if I was on the ground, it'd be easier to show you. Oh look, Lonely's back. Or has Lonely always been here? No! Lonely Explorer is their name, or title. Are you of my guild? No. It starts with an O, but... Wee. If that duck on the roof went shubba shubba, I would not be surprised. I have no idea which duck you're on about.
Ali has a duck minion.
Who does?
The other person from the guild you can see just stood there.
Oh.
Girls going to give it a go.
That duck.
Yeah. Rue, slightly traumatized as a Rogarden stands over him.
Well, it's more just in case I can't see squat when somebody else with a massive skirt is on there. Come on. Just needs a baseball cap for a proper look. I'm assuming that my cat's making some kind of reference to the Shubba Shubba with the duck.
I mean, maybe, but I have no idea what.
Fair enough. I would say that we're probably both uncultured swine in that case, but, you know, if I'm the uncultured swine, you're just a bystander. Yeah, although no one here will get it except maybe Saber. I mean, at this point you're supposed to tell us what it's from, and then maybe we've heard of what you're referring to in general.
Oh wow, the Femora actually made it up here.
Pardon?
Oh no, never mind, I spoke too soon. The tall lady with the big dress.
Ah.
Yes. Yes. I'm so proud of you.
Is this it? Oh. Supposed to get up there. Maybe. I don't know.
Yo.
I see that. It's just there's a thing out there that it's like, oh, am I supposed to get to that? Because wouldn't it just be easier to jump up this? If it would let me, you bastard. No, shit.
See where your hubris got you.
I mean, you say hubris. I'm just talking about, you know, physics at all. It looked big enough to stand on, seeing as though I've been standing on literally the edge of these things out in the open. You know, there's some of these where my feet aren't actually on anything.
Still, you're doing a lot better than I did when I first did this.
I mean, did you have somebody showing the way up?
No.
Well, there you go then. It's just one of them. It's not a question of any one bit of this being difficult. It's just having to string together a lot of jumps. And doing so consistently for a long chain of them. Once you actually know where you're supposed to be going.
Oh. Like the randomly people from the FC just pop off.
Yeah, I was like, who? Somebody randomly waved at me. And it's like, why? Oh, right. They're from the FC. Do you still play New World at all?
I've not been on it in a while, but then I've been farming field notes in Bosja, so...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was just randomly thinking about it.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's an enjoyable game, but at the same time I was just like, eh.
It's one of them where it's like the only thing that I really know about it is from you and Twitch. And on Twitch it's pretty much disappeared. As far as my wheelhouse is concerned. But then again, I wasn't really following it too much in the first instance.
Yeah.
You know, two of the streamers that I follow play it, or played it, and that was pretty much it. So it wasn't like I was bouncing from New World to New World stream bollocks.
Yeah, I'd say, but I need 3 more notes. I don't know, as Rue can attest, I was at it for a while the other day.
I mean, I can attest to nothing. You said that you were after notes, but I didn't know what you were doing.
I know you did.
All I can really attest to is the fact that on Friday you said you needed 4 notes, and on Saturday you managed to get one fairly early.
Yeah.
And then spent the rest of the day complaining that you couldn't get any more.
Yeah, it's because the drop rate is so low.
I have a link to which ones drop where. It's not a question of what's dropping where, it's a question of being able to body the mobs and get the drop. Right, there's just 3 of us all stood here looking very pretty, I assure you, but you're all just in my bleeding way. I can't see where I'm supposed to be jumping. And I fell. Since dual notes also drop in some regular skirmishes and critical engagements.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing the duels. They're too hard.
Does it have a better chance of dropping?
You get if you beat the duel, it's a guaranteed drop.
Right.
But they're not easy.
But is it easier than the grind?
No.
Is this a sprint corner?
But it is the sprint corner. You can drop down and jump around that way, walk around it if you want.
I don't trust myself not just to yeet myself off trying to get back up on this ledge. You know, in a truly embarrassing style of just like, yep, get back up on the ledge and whee! Wait.
So you go up to that the post that's on your level.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just looking at a chat from the FC. Are they confusing me with somebody else?
No, they're calling me not Venley. Or they're calling Vinkara not Venley.
Yeah, but it's like, you shall be now known as not Venley and not Mio. Screw your fancy names.
It's because I said I've not been up here with D-They, but D-They's is actually Mio's potato alt, not mine.
Right.
Final stretch. Final stretch.
No, it's just pissing it on that the camera is clipping really badly. Where am I aiming?
So you want to stand on that front corner.
Wait, which? This one?
Mhm. And you're sort of aiming where I'm stood, kind of. Basically, you're aiming. Yeah, there you go. Now it's this one. You did it!
Where's my achievement, bitches?
It's right at the top. This is where I fall, I just know it.
You say right at the top?
Yeah. Oh. I'm being way too overly cautious, I just don't want to fall. There it is, it's round the back. No, sure, I was sure it was here. But either way, congratulations, you made it to the top.
Whoop. I'm not getting an achievement.
Yeah.
Did you lie to me?
No, I didn't completely lie. But still, have a look around. It's nice. It's a nice view. Now,
How do I change the way that I sit again?
so it's just a change pose.
You're going all the way down. Oh, there you go. How do I hide the interface?
Scroll lock.
Oh. There we go.
You can zoom further in using the camera controls. So, you know, see where it says camera position, the first one?
I just kind of want to get the other angle. Nah, why would there be a rotate?
Rowan has found the wonders of G-pose.
I'm just looking at what options there are.
There we go. Yeah, Saber kicked it out. I'm like, I'm sure there was an achievement up here. We haven't unlocked the sightseeing lab log, so it's not here.
So I'm gonna have to do this again when we get the sightseeing log.
Potentially.
Thrilled. Are you gonna sit down?
It's not that I'm not sat down, it's that I was stood up when you were in G-pose, so you need to come out of G-pose.
Does that essentially freeze it?
Yeah.
There we go. I've got screenshots from sitting on top of the world. Do you ring off the front of the building like that?
Yep, so if you come down onto this pole that I'm on.
Is there an achievement for jumping down in a specific way?
There's another sightseeing log on top of a lamppost down in the city.
Yes,
but you need to come all the way up to here.
Yes, but I don't have the sightseeing logs.
I know, yeah, but you might as well jump down.
I was just gonna run and jump off the edge.
Do it.
Whee! Busy walls prevented me from going into the water.
5 days later, these guys are just like, where have you been? That's only been one of yours in day.
Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tenkanto. Loosely translated, the name means a spire of drifting souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the aetheryte which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlian, yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar, wonders will never cease. Far Eastern aetheryte technologies have a long and sordid tradition, I assure you. This particular example was constructed by the Oni Shishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find no less reliable. Find it no less reliable than the Western counterparts. A tune, if you like.
Lick the aetheryte.
Where was the flump flip? Only ninjas do flips, and only when their dragons are drawn. Yeah, I tried doing a dive into the water and they didn't allow me, and doing flips is not my style apparently. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the aetheryte. Come, come, let us move along. The markets are next. We have arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane, Kugane Dori. Kugane is, as you are doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So, in the prosperous port of where golden fortunes are made, or lesser fortunes, or Kogane, are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language.
Now you're beginning to speak my language.
Oh, a kindred spirit, and what a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock of the Easter Aldred Trading Company. You are with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Kaiten. Pray allow me to introduce my esteemed guests, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions in the Kogane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Kaiten of the Hakuchi clan. It is my honor to serve and as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean guild is welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Arms, armor, foodstuff, potables. Here you will find all of them and more. Is there any reason why you're studying the well?
I was auto running while typing.
If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to the Idjgai, the district in which the Idjin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want to any physical altercations after all, as such spats are strictly forbidden. The Seski Sigumi punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation. Though, to be fair, this is not common. More often or not, they are executed on the spot.
What? There? You're joking, right?
Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorous lot. Why, I recall one instance of a foreign merchant in his cups darely lay hands upon a Higaran aristocrat in front of a Shisuke Sigumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke.
I don't even want to think about that.
So, as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or you with yourselves in the matter of the late Tel DGG.
Alleged.
No idea who that is.
That was the small potato who Roban killed.
Ah. Everyone else is like too soon? Oh, how I amuse myself. But we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. I mean, I think I recognized it on the flyby when we arrived. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate for you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms no different from those you have seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs, all of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. There is so much more I could speak of, the soothing waters on the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long at-sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices.
The etherite.
Let us in.
Hmm. That's interesting.
What is interesting?
That office is the embassy for a place called XIV.
And that's interesting because...
Well, we're going there in Endwalker.
Ah. So they planted the seeds way before they actually started Endwalker.
Mm-hmm.
At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present you may I present to you our humble officers? We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way.
Our thaumaturgist took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your father.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Auri Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past. at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kagane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
And Tataru quietly murder this person at some point.
And that is a good place to leave it, right?
Yep. Alright, thank you for joining me on this, the 5th session of Final Fantasy XIV. Thank you again, Crit Commissions.
You're very welcome.
My brain's gone blank. You'll usually find me here on my own channel. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays I play Final Fantasy XIV for at least the next 2 weeks. At which point, Crit Commissions is abandoning me in favour of Endwalker, and don't know when they're going to be able to grace me with their presence again, but still be some time. On Thursdays, I'm currently playing through Pillars of Eternity. Pretty much just started that. It'll be the 3rd session this Thursday. And on Fridays, I alternate between Prey and Hitman 3, depending on whether Hitman 3 has an elusive target or not. You can also find me, Crit Commissions, JStation64, RetroTed, and Krifu Banal over on Manapot Studios on Mondays, where I GM a Starfinder Adventure Path Fly Free or Die in a live stream that we call All That Glitters Explodes. Thank you, Mancat, for the link. So if you want to drop in there for some Starfinder goodness, then come join us on the Mondays. Crit Commissions?
Yo, I'm Crit Commissions. You can find me across various social media platforms under the same tag, and I do artsy things.
Alright, I haven't checked to see if there's anybody that I want to raid right now. Krifu Banal, the individual that I just mentioned, who joins me for All the Glitters Explodes. They are currently streaming. I'm not entirely sure what they're streaming. So if you would like to join me in this raid, there's something to do with Pathfinder, then please join me. If not, I hope to see you all next time. And either way, until then, tidy bye.